witches.
Hi, hello. Welcome back to another episode of Hero of Ages, Part 3.
Part
Starting out
3.
strong.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So part 3, like episode 3, but part 2 of the book. And it's
Yeah.
called Cloth and Glass, which I don't understand yet. But I'm sure at some point that I will.
Yeah, I was to say the cloth and glass really kind of threw me off because I was like, what? There's
Yeah.
nothing. The only thing I think of are like glass daggers and like maybe even like Ellen's cloth, like his
Yeah.
white tunic thing. I don't know. We'll see.
I was wondering if it's like once they get to the next like underground like
Catch.
yeah. If they might find something cloth or something glass there. I don't know. That's what my brain went to. But yeah, starting off strong. So Spook is fucking weird now.
Yeah, I like I don't know, like I like him but I don't.
Oh, and also, so Spook is weird now, but also in the blurb on chapter 14, it says ruin and preservation, and both are capitalized. And I feel like that is significant.
Okay. So Will told me something that's apparently not a spoiler,
Okay.
but it happens like way into the past. So Well of Ascension is all a part of the Cosmere. And the Cosmere is this universe. It's kind of like Sarah J. Maas's universe where everything's
Right.
like intertwined somehow. So that's how the Cosmere is, except for they're on different planets. Sometimes they happen at like the same time, different times, whatever. I think actually what his favorite series, like the Stormlight Archive, I think that actually happens like way way in the past compared to
Okay.
this. Even before that though, apparently there is a god that like the almighty like one person thing
Mm-hmm.
that split himself up into pieces, into 16 pieces,
Oh,
if you
geez.
will. And each piece is a shard or something. Ruin is one of those pieces.
Okay.
Preservation is one of those pieces.
Okay.
So these shards or whatever are like demigods, if you will.
Okay.
So
Interesting.
Ruin, and I was like, how is this not a spoiler? He goes, because you don't really like learn about it. It's more like everything all mixed up together. And I was like, okay, whatever. So I think we learned that like there is like what Ruin technically is, but like at this point we also like know that this is some weird ass
Right.
shit. But Ruin's the 16th shard of this omnipotent one god from eons before
Okay.
the current timeline.
Well, that's interesting.
Sorry, also I guess that would be a spoiler. That's why it's significant. The
Mhm.
16 at least.
Okay.
I feel like I just actually let more of a spoiler than anything.
It just confused me more than anything, so that's fine. But yeah,
Okay.
that I was like, so ruin and preservation, like is preservation like the in my head, I was like, is that like the kind of like an Onyx Storm where there's like an answer, like a balance?
Yeah.
Like,
Okay. Yes, I think you're right. Because
yeah.
Will was like, before I even got into this, Will was like, I think preservation or whatever is like one. And I was like, balance. Because if
Yeah.
there's 16 shards, ruin would be 16, and preservation would be the opposite of that. And he goes, that's why there's a lot of like Brandon Sanderson, I guess, is known for this. There is, I think specifically in like the Cosmere in a way, um, how each book has like a theme, like a number theme. So like Mistborn is like focused around 16 or 8 because of like there's 4 different metals, or like there's 8 different metals and then the counterparts. So then there's 16
Right.
total. So
Okay.
very like number based kind of stuff, and I guess that's how it is in a lot of his books. So yes, you're correct.
Yeah.
It
No,
is
that's
like there's a balance. I don't know if he's like 1 and then ruin 16 because like that's the balance, or if he's like 8 and because there are 16 metals.
right. I
So
don't know. But that was my thought when I read that and saw the 2 capitalizations. I was like, oh.
you're correct.
Oh,
So anyways,
goodness, excuse me. Yeah, back to Spook and his weirdness.
uh at the parallels that we see on this new found religion based town
Yeah.
is great. We got like a little mini Lord Ruler, but like the opposite,
Yeah.
which is so weird.
Yeah.
But like Spooks being a weird,
Yeah, like
I
I
don't know,
didn't realize this
stalker,
was
I
possible.
guess.
Both. Like, yeah, he's that and also like he's not
He's not Spook. He's different.
he's not a normal Tenai anymore.
So there was I don't, not in this blurb, but there's like another blurb where it was like Tenai, there's been some Tenai that have been known to like over exceed their power and become to a like they're almost godlike in a way.
Yes.
And Spook's basically there. It's
Yeah. And it's from
he
burning
like
tin like constantly for a year straight.
yeah. He can be blindfolded, but he could still see. Like his senses are so heightened that like without
Yeah.
his tin, he's like basically blind.
Yes. Which is crazy. And then I was
So,
like, should I know Paulian?
who?
The citizen.
Is it Quillian?
Quillian, yeah. Should I know that person?
For some reason I thought you said Paul Ann, and I was like, who?
No.
I didn't know them.
Okay. Because at first I was like, the way that it's just written, I was like, should I already know this person? Like,
I know, I was like, who the fuck is that?
same. I was like really confused. But yeah, and then do we meet the other new character in this? The girl? No.
I think so, because
Oh yeah, we do.
because this is like where he's like not stalking. He's getting he's getting information on the citizen, but a benefit is the sister of the citizen, which he finds very pretty.
So,
however,
there's a part on my book, it's page 141, and it's like, these were some of the best spying opportunities Spook got. Being able to see Beldra was merely a bonus. Not that he cared that much, of course. He didn't even know her. Spook, who you lying to? Who you lying to over here? Because it's not me.
he needs to go talk to Zaid from Honey and Adeline, because
right.
like Home Dog just saw one girl and was like, bet that's mine.
Yeah, that one's the one.
I don't care what I gotta do to her to like get her there, but like
yeah, I feel like this chapter was a lot of like world building for like setting up stuff in the future. So like,
yeah,
we learned that Spook's got his like crazy Tenai. We learned about it's Beldra, right? Beldra. That's how I decided to say it. Beldra, which is the girl, And then we also learn more about the citizen person who is talking about Elend like he's a tyrant, he conquers for the thrill of control, but he also like is like, we're gonna round up and kill all of anybody with noble blood.
Yeah, and we don't learn about it in this chapter, but in another chapter we learn that it's up to 5 generations. So if you have any type, it doesn't even matter if like your parent or whoever was in a situation that they had no choice over and
Right.
you are the result of this. It doesn't matter, like you're dead because
He's Voldemort.
yeah.
I need you to understand he is Voldemort, which will make more sense later.
Oh my god, so true. Like it doesn't even matter that he is of them. It's
exactly.
It's like Hitler.
I wrote about it. Hitler, Voldemort. Like it's like so much internal self-loathing, but also like I feel like Kel had some of those same ideals, but he was also of like in some way, shape, or form of the nobility in his lineage. Like, ugh. I wrote more about that later, so we can come back to that.
Okay.
But yeah, basically he's taking it to the extreme opposite of the Lord Ruler. So instead of like imprisoning all the Ska and killing all the Ska, he's imprisoning and killing all of the nobility.
Yeah, he's to get like the perfect Ska society as preached by Kelsier. And I'm like, he did preach that, but
he did. But like also
in an attempt to get y'all to revolt. Like,
yeah. And that just
yeah. I do. It's, I don't know. This is like, I think gonna be where Ruin like attaches to him.
To Spook or to the citizen?
Oh, it could be both.
Could be a little mix of both. That Spook, this chapter is giving that Spook is going to get corrupted in some way, shape, or form.
There's another moment with Spook later on. We are with like 18 different characters in this episode, but like
yeah,
there's another Spook chapter, and I'm sitting here like, okay, we've crossed the border of like maybe should be in a mental institute, maybe need some therapy, to like he is full blown like fucking Harley Quinn off the deep end.
Yeah. He's like yes, absolutely.
Not in the I don't know. It's one of those things where it's like are you like insane for the good of the people? Or are you just insane because you can't like you know, you can't control the power that you have. I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know.
So he's a little mixed up.
Yeah, and that's all I had in chapter 14. It was just those 3 things. So I don't know. But yeah, we like skip around between multiple different characters and we'll come back to Spook.
Chapter 15. What a wild ride, I tell you. Chapter 15 is listen.
Yep.
So we're
back with Vin and Elend. And she's trying to decide if. So first of all, she said that the Mists don't like her anymore. And she's trying to decide, like, are the mists natural? So, whether or not they're natural doesn't really matter because they're here. I feel like the more important thing is to remember that they are sentient. Like, they're not, I don't know, like, you have to consider them as, like, a being. You can't just ignore the mists.
Yeah, like they're there.
That's 16 too. We'll get to that. 16%.
60% of what, of the mist?
16%.
Oh, yeah, that's why I said it. Listen,
I forgot about that.
when we get to the chapter like where this becomes like a what the fuck moment, like that is what prompted me to start asking questions. Mainly because in The Way of Kings, in that book, there, and I thought it was like 16 people or like 10 people or whatever. I thought there was like 16 powerful people or whatever that would do all of these like extravagant things from like this planet. And that's when Will was like, this is not a spoiler. In the terms of the Cosmere building, this is what it is. And I was like, oh, close. Same idea.
Yeah. Okay.
But
well, we'll come back to that.
absolutely incorrect.
What was I gonna say? What was I talking about when I wrote that?
The mists are a sentient being.
Yes.
She doesn't feel safe in them anymore.
Yeah, so she doesn't feel safe in the mists anymore, and she was talking about. Oh, they're talking about, basically forcing the army to go out in the mist, which we know, like, the first time some people fall ill, they have seizures, basically, and some of them die and some of them recover. And they're talking about it, and they're like, this is, it's like an impossible choice, because they're like, they're traveling away from Luthadel right now to where Spook is, I think, right? Yeah.
Yeah, they're heading over to Utru.
Yeah, I don't know how to pronounce it. I just skip over it when I'm reading it. So they're traveling to this place, so the days are getting shorter. Like, the time without mist is getting shorter.
Mhm.
And the problem with that is that they can't march when the mists are out. So they're getting like 6 hours a day of travel and then having to sit in their tents for the rest of the time. And they're like, we don't have time for this. Like, we can't do this. So they're going to force them to go out into the mist. And I get it. It's a really hard choice to make. But I just was like, I feel like it's an awful choice to have to make, but also you have to give them a choice. You can't force them.
Yeah.
Because, yikes. And then we learn more about Human.
This is kind of where the wild ride takes place. Like, we're flabbergasted by the sentient mist to El essentially sacrificing his troops to this.
Pause right quick. Had you read ahead last time? Like, you had already read part of this section?
Yeah.
Okay. Because you said something and I was like, the fuck is she talking about? But I was just like, maybe I misunderstood when I read, and then I read it in this chapter. And I was like, oh, that's what Emily was talking about.
I was like, oh, shit. I don't think we get to that part.
No. So this is where Vin and Human are talking about how Vin is like the Colossus, not like the other humans.
Yeah.
Oh,
Anyways, Human tells her that you're just like me. And this is kind of when the conversation pops up of, what do you mean? I'm just like you.
yeah. And he said the mist hates us. Yeah. But I'm like, she's thinking about the time that she drew upon the mists to kill the Lord Ruler. And I'm like, if the Kandra are mist wraiths, then it makes sense that she would be able to control the mists because she can control the Kandra and the Colossus. Like, they're all related.
Mm-hmm.
At least it makes sense to me.
This is kind of where I got not necessarily confused, but like, didn't the Lord Ruler actually partake in like some of the breeding?
I'm gonna need you to say more.
Like breeding, just like, did he create offspring?
Oh, I don't know.
Sometimes I wonder if he did actually create offspring, or like if he like legitimately just like stayed to him, like kept to himself.
Yeah, I don't think that that's come up like the entire time.
Because I was gonna say, like, if he made those guys from like whatever, or I was gonna say maybe if he maybe he's saying that like you're just like me because of like the Lord Ruler made her in some way, shape, or form through lineage of some sort, and obviously like they were made. But then I was thinking, what if he's like what if he's like implying like the Lord Ruler created like a whole new human race that could survive in a world like this?
I mean, that's kind of what the blurb gives or makes me think. Not the blurb of this chapter, but like the blurb story that's happening right now, which by the way, I think Sazed is writing.
See, I don't know. I wonder if it's Vin writing. Some of the comments and questions make me think it is in fact Sazed, but I truly think it's Vin, just because there's been moments where they've been like, I thought I was the hero of ages or whatever, like, and it didn't actually imply that it was anybody else. And then they start talking about like Rashik and Alendi, and yeah, Sazed did a lot of the work, but she did a lot more, like,
that's true,
looking into the deepness.
Yeah, that's
than
true.
Sazed did.
I don't know. I was just like, someone that is currently one of our characters is writing these blurbs.
It's kind of like with Onyx Storm, where it's like at the beginning of Onyx Storm, where it was like Justinia is like faithfully or whatever, and it's like
transcribing or whatever.
The fuck you mean? Everyone
Yeah.
dead?
Yeah. I don't know. Oh my gosh. But that's all I had for chapter 15. So that's
chapter 16.
Yeah, chapter 16. So the blurb is talking about allomantic savants, and it's basically what happened to Spook.
This right here.
People who flare their metals for so long and so hard that the constant influx of allomantic power transforms their very physiology. So allomantic autism. This is autism. That's what this is.
I love this too because it's Spook. And all along I was like, damn, this kid does not know how to act.
Yeah.
So I was like, man, is he autistic? Like, is he the autistic character?
Yeah, I don't know. And then I read that, I was just like, I was cracking up.
But basically, Spook is a savant for 10.
Mm-hmm.
flaring or whatever. Which is this, and I kind of wonder if that's how the Inquisitors see, because of their like tin eye.
Hmm.
Because the way he was describing it, how he could still have like everything covered.
Right, like he could see through the cloth and
Yeah, even with his eyes closed, he knows where he's at. He can navigate everything.
yeah, could be. I mean, it makes sense. Like they're somehow seeing through their blood or something. I don't know.
Yeah, something. It's kind of like an echolocation in a way, like it gives off like an echolocation.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know, but
And it says at the bottom of that blurb, like one could argue that like an inquisitor who has been transformed by a hemalurgic spike, the allomantic savant is no longer human. Which, given all of the things that we learn about Spook and then this section of the book, I mean, yeah, like there's
he's a new
literally
person, like personality
yeah.
and everything, and trauma can change you. And I low key wonder if this is like Spook turning Mistborn.
Oh, maybe.
Because like a snap, everyone talks about a snap happening. So Elend obviously became his quote unquote snap was him dying and then the bead saving his life. We have the snap with Kelsier, and then
Yeah.
not necessarily like a legitimate snap per se with Vin, but she definitely had a traumatic moment.
I feel like her snap happened before we even met her.
I think the snap happened like during some of the beatings with Reen, and I somewhat wonder
Yeah.
if like Reen was trying to like beat beat her unconscious so
Maybe
that she
because
would
we
snap.
learned that they do that. Like that's a thing in
Mm-hmm.
the noble families.
And like maybe because of because he knew who the dad was, he knew exactly
Yeah.
who their dad was. So like it could be the fact that he saw the obligator like and him assuming that there was some type of pure lineage there. If he would
Yeah.
beat the shit out of her,
Yeah.
so I don't know. It's the world building is crazy. I actually enjoy this slow world building
Yeah.
because it doesn't overwhelm you with information and you can digest with the world building as the story progresses.
Yeah, and so that's the thing with some people's world building. Sometimes they'll spend the first half of the book world building and no plot happens, and I get bored. But I
Agatha.
feel like I feel like Brandon Sanderson does a really good job with that. Like
Mm-hmm.
that's honestly watching Jurassic World Rebirth, that's what it was like. Like the first half of the movie, I was like, what the fuck is happening? Because it was so much like building background stories for these new characters and building this new like world building kind of. It was in the Jurassic World sphere where, you know, all of the because we in the last movie Biosyn like was experimenting on dinosaurs and they were trying to make the medication with anyway. It's a long story, but basically there was a lot of world building, and like halfway through the movie, I was like, "What the fuck? When are we going to even see some dinosaurs?" Like,
See, and that's why I haven't read too far into Stormlight just because I feel like I could probably read it now just because there is vastly two different stories.
right? You just didn't want spoilers.
But because I already know much of like this world, well, somewhat of this world,
Yeah.
learning more and more every day. But because there's already that like world building there, this is why I don't drink pop because I hiccup. I think I could probably go ahead and like work towards that. I think just how big the books is very daunting to me.
Yeah, that's
And
fair.
there's like no way in hell I'll be able to focus on shit at work while also like I could barely listen to my fucking Spotify. as soon as I start playing it, somebody comes in. It's not like I continue fucking playing it. Like 1 minute it'll be like fucking Celtic women, and then the next it'll be some show tune, and then the next it'll be I don't fuck with you. Like I can't play my Spotify playlist at work because I'm
Fair.
immediately just pause.
That's valid. I get that. I feel that deep in my soul.
Like today, I think I listened to one song like completely without interruptions before the phone rang. And then
Okay.
as soon as like that phone rang, it was like this person walks in, the phone rings, and I'm like, all right, I'm done.
Yeah, I actually was able to get a lot done today because the kids came back for 2 of my classrooms. So the teachers were all stuck in their classrooms with kids all day. So I was able to get shit done. It was very nice because starting next week, I'm going to be in a classroom for God knows how long.
Yep.
So.
But
Spook.
I think there is some foreshadowing for Spook of some type, whether that's good, bad, or like catastrophic in this world. I think there is some type of foreshadowing. I like full-heartedly believe that he's already a savant with the 10 eye because of his abilities. Agreed. But my thing is he going to be the eyes and ears for Ruin so that he could put more focus elsewhere?
Maybe. I don't know where I stopped. I was like, what the fuck? So, I think that something is coming for Spook.
Yeah.
Something big. But in chapter 16, he wakes up and it's dark because
his 10 eye makes him so susceptible to like feeling seen and hearing everything.
Yeah.
That he has to like shove wax in his ears, keep the lights or the blind closed, actually put on something over his eye.
Yeah, or he can't sleep. But he is now going and he's basically like impersonating a beggar.
Yeah.
To see what's going on in this town, because this town used to have canals, kind of like Italy, like, or Venice, not all of Italy, obviously, but where they use like canals for their streets instead of actual streets. But all of these canals have dried up, and so they've just, instead of like filling them in, which would be a lot of work, they've just built like ladders down into the bottom of the canal, and those are their streets now. So he's down in one of these with another fake beggar. And they're following basically the prisoners, which are nobility that the citizen has gotten to their execution. And the fun thing about this is that when the citizen shows up, he's wearing red. And one of the laws, like one of the new rules in their society is like, you can't do anything different or anything ostentatious. You don't want to stand out.
Red is the most vibrant fucking color.
Right. And isn't that the color that the obligators wore? Or am I making that up?
I thought they wore black
that
capes.
from a different book.
I'll look it up.
I'm pulling that from the last series we just read.
Oh.
Yeah. The Night in His Moon.
When the like army wore red. And that's how they knew.
Like what's her fucking name?
Don't even.
The girl from across the thing.
Her favorite color was blue, but she had to wear red because of her Yeah.
So they had to wear red. Anyway, that's where I'm pulling that from. They don't have to wear red, but he is wearing red. So he is like setting himself above. It's fucking hypocritical because he's like, the nobility did all of this and they dressed like this and they had all of this ostentatious furniture and all this luxury to set themselves apart, and we're not going to do that. But then here he is fucking wearing a different color. So basically everyone wears gray in this city, so they don't stand out. But here he is setting himself apart like a fucking hypocrite. So I already hate him, because just like, fuck this guy. And then they put these people in one of the nobility's houses and sets it on fire. And they've already like boarded up the windows so the people can't escape, and they bar the door. So basically they're burning these people alive. And Spook is like, this is fucked up. And Dern, who is the other like fake beggar that he's with, is like, they were noblemen. And Spook is like, no, they weren't. Their parents may have been, but these were Ska people. Well, they have noble blood. And Spook's like, so do we all if you look back far enough.
True though.
Yeah, and
Kelsier
Dern says, it's the way it must be. This is the survivor. And he's going to say, like, this is the survivor's words. And Spook gets pissed, and he's like, do not speak his name in association with this barbarity. But, like, this is the sort of thing that Kelsier taught. This is the kind of shit that Kelsier said. Unfortunately, like, you can protect his legacy so much, but not against this, because he did say that.
Yeah. And I think part of it, too, is I feel like Kelsier had not necessarily hate him, like self-hatred or anything like that. I think he was so upset with himself for thinking his wife died believing he hated her, that he has essentially taken that guilt and that like pain and created like a warped sense of stuff for this community. I feel like he just hated the part of him that caused this. So like the nobility,
Yeah,
everything, that he like took it to the max. And then at the end he was like, oh,
yeah,
they're not that bad.
yeah. And so this whole thing is just super fucked up. But the other guy is like, he just says, count the skulls, and then walks away. And I'm like,
Bitch, where?
what the fuck are you talking about? But I was like, so does this have something to do with like how many people were put into the house, and then how many people actually died there? Like, is he going to find, so how many people were put into the house? I don't even remember.
I think only like 5.
10.
Mm.
10 prisoners. So I'm wondering, like, are there extra skulls? Like, were there people already in there that had been, like, murdered or something? Or,
like Ska people?
Yeah. Or the opposite of that, did all of those people not actually die? Like, is he sneaking them out somehow? I don't know. And I don't find out with how far I read, so. But that's
You don't find out with how far I read.
what he gives him. He's like, count the skulls. And then he sees Beldra. She's here. And he is trying to he does get closer to her, and he kind of talks to her. He says, he whispers in her ear, your brother, you approve of his murders? And then he like lets the
See,
crowd move him away.
this shit gives Zayd vibes, like from
It
Haunting
really
Adeline.
does.
It's so weird. It's like a ghost in the mist sort of like bullshit.
Yeah.
He just comes up and like whispers one way, and then she's like, "What?" And then he comes up on the other side and whispers something. It's like,
Yeah, then he gets back to her and says, "You think this is
and then
any
he
different
grabs
from what
her.
the Lord Ruler did? I once saw him gather up random people and execute them in Luthadel City Square." And she like spins around and is like, "Who are you?" But nothing, no sound comes out. He just sees her mouth move. And then he gets pushed away and pushes his way back to her and grabs her wrist and kind of like pulls him away. And she asks again, "Who are you?" but doesn't say it out loud, just mouths it. And then he's like, "I'm the man who will kill your brother." So my brain at this point, alarm bells are going the fuck off. Like something bad is about to happen to Spook. This is not good. And I was correct.
There's some things happening that make no sense.
Yeah, he's like, she's like, "Others would have said the same thing. Others were not me. And who are you? The companion of a god, a man who can see whispers and feel screams."
I think this is, I highly doubt Quellion is going to do anything like join them sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But I do wonder if, like, what's her name?
Beldra?
Beldra? Okay. That's prettier than whatever.
I think.
I don't know. Beldra, I think it's going to be like an Alraine. Alrian.
Yeah.
Every time. Elrian. I think it's going to be like another Alrian sort of thing where it's like, yeah, I agree with you. Let's do it.
Like she goes against her brother kind of vibe.
Yeah.
Or like forces him to join. Yeah. Yeah, because he says to her, "I knew the survivor. He named me. He called me friend. What you've done in this city would horrify him, and I'm not going to let your brother continue to pervert Kelsier's legacy. Bring him warning if you must. Tell Quellion that I'm coming for him." And at this point,
someone's
Quellion
a dumbass.
Has stopped talking, and he's looking over the crowd right at Spook and Beldra, who have kind of like gotten a little bit separated from the crowd and are super exposed. And so he's caught. And Quellion's like, "You there, what are you doing with my sister?"
And all of the Allomancers come out of fucking hiding, and it's like,
including Quellion. What the
oh,
fuck?
sir. So you're killing people who have some type of lineage to nobility, but every single one of you have some
you
type
and all
of
of
blood.
your fucking soldiers.
Right?
Because that's the only way to be have any kind of allomantic powers is to have noble blood. And so all of these people have some type of noble blood, just like fucking Hitler and his not blonde hair, blue eyes, and
Voldemort.
Voldemort being a mudblood. Like, it's just a whole thing.
When I saw that he was like actually what he's like going like what he was like executing, I was like, didn't he like grow up in the time of Hitler? Like, wouldn't that be like what a coincidence?
Right? Yeah. So basically this whole thing, Spook starts fighting them and loses. Pretty badly. Everything goes black. And that's the end of chapter 16.
Now I think he's gonna heal himself because of his body's gonna be like, I know what I need.
Yeah.
This will be the true test of time though. If he actually has that
right
thing.
Yeah. I don't know.
Did you ever get to the next spook?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
I was about to say, I'm gonna be really upset if we don't touch on that because I want to talk about it.
I don't know if we're gonna get there this episode. How
Bitch,
long
we
we're
better
talking.
hurry up. Chapter 17.
Chapter 17. I didn't say much about the next couple chapters. So earlier how I was saying that Ellen needs to give them a choice, his soldiers a choice whether they want to go into the mist or not. He does. He gives them the choice. If they don't want to do it, they can turn around and go back to Luthadel. But most of them do not do that. They stay with the army. And so he gives this little speech about, like, I don't know why the mist kill, but I trust in the survivor. If he named himself Lord of the Mist, if some of us die, then it is his will. Keep the faith.
That pisses me off.
Yeah, that's super fucked up. That's manipulating people by their faith, and it's really fucked up.
I like Ellen's. I like,
don't in this book. I don't like him anymore.
Listen. Do you think he's a red flag right now?
He's definitely a red flag right now. He, like, just all the way around, not even just for Vin, like, just in general. He's not a good person in this book.
So, Will was listening to some TikTok or whatever, and it was like a comment about, no, honey, that's toxic, like something along those lines. And I turned to look at him and I was like, that seemed very pointed. And he looked at me, he goes, do you not know the books you read? Do you not know the characters you like? And I was like, I didn't say, like,
it was wrong. I just said it was pointed.
Like, damn. But listen, I like Ellen. I like him more now than before.
Of course you do. All of the things that I liked about him are gone. He doesn't do any of those things anymore. Except
scholarly
give people a choice,
wear.
I guess.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, so this proves even more to my point. You've seen most of the Jurassic World movies, correct?
No.
No? What the fuck?
I haven't seen the most recent ones, if that's what you're asking.
Okay, well then never mind. You wouldn't know who I'm talking about. There's a character in Jurassic World Dominion. And
who's the actor that plays it?
I don't know. But he is, hold on, let me just, Jurassic World Dominion. Because I can't even remember the character's name right now.
Are you talking? You got Owen. You got Ian.
No,
you got
not
Grant.
Owen.
Rain. Franklin. Jeremy.
Oh, I think
Wyatt.
it's Franklin.
Franklin, is he black?
Yes. Franklin.
Yeah.
Yes. Franklin is this nerdy little character who is like, what the fuck am I doing here?
Same.
And he is Brittany. And he is my favorite fucking character in those movies. He's actually in the second one as well.
He plays in Dungeons and Dragons Honor Among Thieves. And he's so funny in that one, huh?
I've never seen that. He's really funny in this too. Because, like, they're all
girl,
like,
you gotta watch that one. That one's funny as hell.
He's all like, they're all like doing all the badass things. And he's like, nope, I shouldn't be here. Why am I here? And I just fucking love it. But he's also like a giant nerd.
Yeah.
And I just feel like that's my type.
Yeah, I can see that. He plays the person he plays in Dungeons and Dragons is called Simon the Sorcerer.
Okay.
He's a dweeb in that one too, and I love it.
I like it.
And he gets with the ginger, which is even funnier.
Makes sense.
I don't know how to pronounce his French-looking name, but he was in whatever that Bridgerton. He's in Bridgerton.
Oh,
Regé Jean Page.
Regé Jean Paul. Ron Jean Page. Damn it, Regé Jean Page.
Yeah, he's in it too.
That I knew, actually.
You know what that means?
we need to get back on track or we're not going to get to the next spook chapter.
Oh,
Also,
okay.
Regé-Jean Page is not an attractive person. I said what I said.
I honestly said that because I thought you would like be like, oh, I'll watch it.
No, not an attractive person.
All right. Who's the she plays the Vin Diesel's girlfriend in all of those movies, like Family, Fast and the Furious.
Mm-hmm. Michelle
Rodriguez. She's in that movie.
Yeah.
Do you like her?
I do.
Okay, well, she's in that movie. Go ahead. She's in the entire movie from start to beginning.
She is attractive.
From start to finish.
So there you go.
All right, go watch that.
Regé-Jean Page looks like Britney's brother, and I can't. So
anyway.
anyway.
Okay. That makes sense. Ellen's lying to his fucking troops about...
Ellen is lying. He's arrogant. He's a fuckwad now, and I don't like him, which totally makes sense that you would like him now.
I think it's like, there's a specific scene is why I was like, dang, okay, Ellen.
He's like more confident and arrogant and like take charge and takes command of things. And I feel like that's your jam for whatever reason, because Will's not like that at all, so it doesn't make any sense to me, but
he is when he's not around other people.
Gross. Okay. Anyway.
No, like not like that. He takes charge when he needs to, but half the time my anxiety just controls everything, so
yeah.
That's probably why I find it attractive, because then I can just let loose. Anyways.
You're probably
right. I think he's attractive. I don't agree with him lying to his troops. I think that is absolutely terrible. I don't care who you are, what you are. I don't care if you knew the fucking survivor. Like, that's...
And he didn't. He met
exactly.
him like right before he fucking died. The day that Kelsier died is
and
the first day.
And he didn't even actually like meet him.
No, he didn't know Kelsier. So for him to like use him in that way is disgusting.
It's like, it's one thing to show like that you favor his like beliefs and all of that. It's one thing to you like to say that you want to be a follower, but it's another to sit here and say lies. Like it's not his way. Vin has been fucking telling you that something's wrong with the mists. We have a fucking Koloss saying the exact same thing.
Right.
And I think you need to consider something here.
It would be different if he was like, do it for Kelsier or in Kelsier's name, but not it's Kelsier's will. Kelsier is not a deity. Okay. Like, hold on.
And he right there is like starting that process.
Yes. I don't like it.
But I'm telling you right now, Kelsier must dislike his will. Like, if I was from Kelsier, I'd be like, oh, hell no, I don't like that.
Yeah. Well, and so, okay, continuing on, he's having this conversation with Demu, whatever the fuck his name is, the general. And he's like, they're talking about their belief and how Vin doesn't really like that they're worshiping Kelsier. And he's talking about how the survivor is so much more than just the man Kelsier. And he says something about, don't you think it is odd that he was never Mistborn before he went to the pits? So I have a theory here.
Mm-hmm.
Because Ellen's like, that's the way Allomancy works. You don't gain your powers until you snap, until you face something traumatic, something that nearly kills you. And Demu is like, and you don't think that Kelsier experienced those kinds of events before the pits? He was a thief who robbed obligators and noblemen. He lived a very dangerous life. I think that in the pits, Kelsier found whatever metal Elend swallowed to become Mistborn.
I like that.
Because it doesn't make sense that he wouldn't have snapped before that.
Did he get beaten near death? Maybe his will was so strong that it broke when his wife died.
Maybe. I don't know.
I like your theory. The only flaw I think with that is Kelsier was strong, but Ellen's stronger and Vin's stronger too.
Yeah.
Like he's got brute strength, strong, like that's how stronger in that realm he is. Vin's like a natural at everything else, but those two are like very powerful compared
That's
to
true.
Kelsier. Could it be a more pure form
Right.
that Ellen got? Maybe.
Hmm.
So not disproving it, but I like the thought.
Yeah.
Eh.
And then that conversation ends and the soldiers start
Dying
and seizing, including Demu. The fucking guy I was just talking about. How do you pronounce his fucking name?
The way I say it, and I don't know if this is true, I can ask. I literally just need him to be like, all right, what's this name?
Yeah.
I remember because Will said Lord Renew in such a way that I will never forget it. Lord Renew. So I remember it's Demu. That's how I say it. Demu.
Okay.
But
yeah, he is also having a seizure.
Bum, bum, bum. And that's
he
where
falls
he dies.
off his horse in this.
I'm just kidding.
Like he's on his horse when he starts having the seizure and falls to the ground. And that's the end of chapter 17. Chapter 18, we finally see Sazed.
So they're basically getting ready to go to wherever to get to like prep a siege.
Yeah.
However, they're running out of supplies, maybe? They let a horse go.
Yeah. So they have no horses
have any
now.
supplies.
They just let their last horse go. And can we talk about Breeze and Alrian?
About what?
How they literally are making some of the soldiers pull a fucking carriage so they don't have to walk. I mean, I get that this is like a long walk. Like, this isn't just like a walk to the store or something. This is like a day-long walk. But I don't know. It's just a little gross to me. Sazed feels the same way because he chooses to walk instead of get in the carriage with them.
Yeah.
But he continues in his thoughts about how he's trying to disprove all of these religions. Or not disprove. He's trying to find the true one. In doing so, he is disproving all these religions. And he's like, he'd find the answers. He dared not think what he would do if there weren't any. Oh, sweet Sazed. sweet baby Sazed.
I do like the fact that he's well, the way he talks about them, he said that he like knows these religions so well that they he can see all the flaws in them, and that maybe he knows them so well that he's looking for the flaws and he's not looking at like it at a base level. So I think that was actually pretty cool to see Sazed kind of start coming out of his funk a bit. I mean, he goes right back to it, but
yeah, he does.
it's nice to see that he's starting to heal, I guess.
Yeah, he's getting there. And as they're walking, he's talking to Goradel, which I can't remember. He's a captain in the army. Yes.
Gordel is Ska.
Correct. But he's
He
part of the
led,
army.
he led Ellen to Vin.
Yes, when she was in
So
the palace or whatever.
Yeah, so Sazed's confused because he's Ska, but he worked for the Lord Ruler, and it was like I wasn't happy where I was going to be, so I decided to leave my life behind.
Yeah. But as he's watching, they're walking past all these like farmers that are building or that are farming the food outside of Luthadel. And he's like, look at them. Seeing them gives me hope. And he's like, this isn't, Sazed's like basically like this is no different than what they were doing before. And Gordel's like, no, it is different. They work because they want to. And Sazed's like, they work because if they don't, they will starve. And Gordel's like, sure, I guess that's so, but they're not working because someone will beat them if they don't. They're working so that their families and their friends will live. There's a difference in that to a farmer. You can see it in the way they stand. And that's very accurate. Like, there's a difference between working because someone's going to beat the fuck out of you and working so your family can eat. That there's a very different motivation there.
Yeah.
And I mean, anyone who is in the behavior realm knows that motivation is like 90% of everything. So I just
that's why
feel
you
like,
always establish the motivator before you do.
yeah.
What do you want to do? Oh,
Yeah.
You want to go play a game? Cool.
Exactly. That's like the huge part of it. Anyway, so I just thought that was really interesting.
You know what I think is interesting? The fact that once they reach Luthadel to prepare for their trek to wherever, he decides he's going to go to the pits of Halsin.
Yeah.
Not Halsin. Halfsin. Halsin
I wasn't going to correct you. I was just going to let you go.
Nope. Halsin is a character of a video game.
Halfsin. The pits of Halfsin.
Yeah. Anyways, that's where the terrorist people have essentially landed. That's where they are living now.
Right, because most of them were murdered, remember?
Mm-hmm. There's like 50,000 of them, I think, that are like living out here.
Yeah.
But when they address Sazed, they call him Your Majesty.
Yeah.
And I'm like, we never knew the Synod to be
royalty
or welcoming to use Sazed.
Yeah. But he's the only one left.
Yeah, well, I don't think he was ever a part of the Synod.
No, but he's the only keeper left.
Yeah.
At least that
Your
we
Majesty.
know of.
Yeah.
And so somehow he's their king under Ellen, apparently. And he's like, don't call me that.
I see how he is the king or whatever under Ellen. Like I see that. I didn't put two and two together. I sort of was like, oh, he's a prince from Terrace.
Yeah, no,
something
he's
like
the king under Emperor Ellen.
I was gonna say, I highly doubt they'd ever actually like address each other more than like a master or anything like that because of just thousands of years of servitude.
Sorry, I can hear Odin and his friend are outside howling at each other. His best friend is a beagle. Yeah, it's Armageddon.
Armageddon. Who the fuck names their dog Armageddon?
Allison.
And their best friend is Odin.
I literally was talking about that to her the other day. I was like, well, because she asked how we decided to name him Odin, and I was like, well, we were basically down to Odin and Loki, and I said that we were just asking for trouble if we named our dog Loki, and she said, I named my dog Armageddon, and I was like, yeah, you're asking for trouble.
Ma'am.
Yeah. But yeah, they were just outside howling at each other. I just heard the door open, so Brittany must have brought Odin back in. Because he still can't be outside by himself because the bunnies are still there. They're bigger though, their eyes are open and they're almost about to move on.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Yeah. Anyway, now we can get to your chapter 19. We're going a little bit over. This episode's gonna be a little long because otherwise Emily's gonna combust if we don't talk about this chapter. So chapter 19, I literally wrote 3 things about this chapter, and I'm just going to read them out to you, and then I'll explain. I wrote, who the fuck? What the fuck? And what the actual fuck?
I know exactly each emotion you went through. when you said that.
Yeah.
Okay, long story short, Spook is awake from his injuries. He is essentially surviving to the best of his ability, but he is no tin whatsoever. So he feels very lethargic. He can't move his arms very well.
He can't hear very well. He can't
like he is
feel anything.
Completely and utterly blind.
Yeah.
And then a voice starts talking to him. And then that voice just so happens to be somebody very familiar to him.
Yeah,
somebody
like,
who took him out.
I know that voice.
It's fucking Kelsier.
Yeah. But
first off,
so to set the scene here, Spook is in a house that's on fire. So basically they caught him and this is their form of punishment in this fucked up ass world or city. So they put him in one of the nobility's houses and set it on fire. And that's why Kelsier is telling him to wake up.
Yeah. Because he's also having like a dream of his childhood, right?
Yeah.
Nope.
No.
Okay, that's a different one. My bad.
No.
That's a different chapter.
This is just...
Okay. Anyways, basically this quote-unquote Kelsier tells Spook to go take this vial, get the desk, drink it, and he'll be good to go.
Yeah.
This bitch starts burning pewter.
Yeah, because he's like, Kelsier is like, burn it, and he's like, there's no tin, and he's like, not tin. The man who owned this house wasn't a tin eye, and then he like reaches within himself and finds another metal reserve.
And he tried burning all the other metals.
Yeah.
Still wasn't able to do it. So now he burns pewter and tin.
Yeah. And the voice says, I've given you the blessing of pewter.
Bitch, Ruin, we see you.
Uh-huh.
Ruin,
or is this preservation? Because it saved him. Shut the hell up. It saved him. So, like, it gave him a blessing. And if you remember correctly, that's what they said. That's what the Kandra say. When the Mistwraiths turn into Kandra, they say it's the blessing.
Yeah, and the there was two different mist. One mist that like looked like they were gonna kill Elend, and then the other one that saved him. Shut the hell up. Shut the hell up.
But I was like, is this an illusion? Like, is this actually Kelsier, or is whatever being this is just presenting themselves as someone that they knew Spook would trust and listen to?
And I'm over here like, damn, Ruin.
It could be, though, because it could be Ruin giving him this, because he says, like, I didn't give it to you just so you could survive. I gave it to you so you could get revenge.
See, that right there is where I was like, Ruin.
Right, so it could be Ruin. This could be like some way for Ruin to get in his head.
With Zane and the little, like, the fact that he had that metal spike in him, and he always sat there and was like, I am insane, God's talking to me.
Yeah.
Same person. I think it's the same person.
Yeah. But is it Ruin or preservation?
I don't know.
while preservation
it's
seems
ruin.
like the opposite of ruin, preservation could still not be a good thing. It
Because you're
could be
keeping things the same way.
right, going too far in the opposite direction.
Because
I
in
don't
the
know.
world of karma, no, not karma.
Incarnation.
Yes, thank you. Reincarnation. It's like the phoenix. One dies to like make a new, and it's kind of like the Christian fable with like Noah's Ark.
Yeah.
That's ruin right there, but starts anew.
Yeah, I don't know.
A lot of things to think about. I don't know, but that is the end of chapter 19 and the end of
Yeah, it
this
is.
episode. So,
Yeah, it is, because we already went over a little bit.
yeah. Okay. Until next time.
Bye.